You guys ready?
Good overall game. Again, we've talked a lot about in the last 4 weeks or so about how we want people to think about us and what we want coaches saying about us when they are preparing for us, and then once they're done. And one of the things we've really talked a lot about is guarding the dribble, being good in the pick and roll defensively, sharing it offensively, and I thought today we did a good job of that. Did a good job of keeping the ball in front and making them take tough shots. And I thought offensively there was some frustration because we almost tried to pass it too much. We almost tried to, make something there that wasn't there, and it kind of led to some turnovers, some unnecessary turnovers. But 24 assists on 34 made field goals is a pretty good number. So we'll get to the film and we'll get back after it tomorrow and get ready for another one.
You were talking about identity in practice this week. Do you feel like you made a step in the right direction defensively there today?
I do. We talk, that identity of being, what are people saying about us? And, I thought for the first 3-4 weeks of the season, we just didn't really have one. If anything, our identity was being inconsistent. And I thought in the last handful of weeks, we've done a good job of really just putting an emphasis on sitting down defensively, guarding the ball, and understanding that a lot of good things happen, not only on the defensive end, but then on the offensive end too, when you do a good job of that and make that your focus.
A lot of guys got some time here today, like Shane and Rob. Just how kind of big is it to getting them going, especially with how important depth is going to be come in the conference play?
Yeah, I mean we're jailing away from having a full roster for the first time this year. So, but Shane, that was a nasty ankle sprain that he had. So to be able to get him a lot of minutes, consecutive minutes. At this point in the year, I thought it was really good. Brooklyn, somebody who's worked incredibly hard every day, and to be able to get him as a freshman a lot of minutes at multiple positions, and really put a lot on his plate and challenge him is great for his growth. And you can kind of go down the list. Rob has done a real good job in the last couple of games playing that 5 spot for us. So to get him more reps at that spot is. There's a lot of value in that, especially at this point in the year.
You got Bethesda coming up pretty quickly in the Cox Pavilion. You plan to do any work there, or what kind of experience do you expect in the Cox Pavilion with your players? You're going to try and get in there? What's the plan?
Yeah, it's the same. I haven't prepared for them yet just because of this game. I never go 2 games ahead, so we'll watch this film as a staff, then we'll move on to Bethesda. But hoping it can be a fun day. For the fans that come out. A little bit of an odd situation or a different situation just because of the added game. The way that, unfortunately, that kind of became an option. But, we'll go out, and again, it's for the reps, and it's for the guys that, just as a group to play together, prepare together. It's another game day. It's another day before the game. It's another, all of those things that not just the minutes on the court that go into it, but, the pregame meal, the walkthrough, all of those things that go into games that we've had some kind of big gaps in between. So this will get us back in a rhythm, getting ready for conference play.
Your group had about a 7-minute stretch there in the first half where you held Carroll scoreless while also going on a 14-0 run. How important was that stretch to help set the tone for the game?
No, I thought it was. Yeah, I mean, it was the difference really. Came out and Carroll's played really hard, dove on the floor a couple times, and I think we kind of recognized pretty quick we needed to not change our approach, but just do what we want to do what we want our identity to be, diving on the floor, making plays for each other, and guarding the ball. And to go on that run, create a little separation was it was I think definitely the turning point.
And then 21-4 in the fast break. Point department. What did you like most about the transition game?
I just thought we had multiple guys running. I think, I thought we had multiple options each time. We made a lot of good decisions, even if it wasn't passing it necessarily. Taking the ball and trying to make something happen if you don't have an advantage for someone else, which was good. So we were aggressive in that regard, but also, we made a lot of mistakes in the transition game as well, which I think a handful of our turnovers came from. So the best part about it is we get to see it on film, sit down with the guys and talk to them about why we do this or why we do that or why we don't do this or why we don't do that. And but there's no experience like game experience. So I'm excited to watch the film, get with the guys, and see how we can get better from it.
Are you a New Year's Eve guy?
No.
Do you care? Are you a resolution guy? Do you make a resolution in your personal
No,
life?
there's no way I'd hold to that. No, we got a 4-year-old, a 2-year-old, and my wife's about 3 weeks away from our third. So if I make it to midnight tonight, you know what, I'm gonna call you. If I make it to midnight tonight, Mike, I'm gonna give you a call, see what you're up to, but I'd be surprised if I do.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
I live life to the fullest, man. Remember that.
Justin, what was the goal coming into this game, and what do you think you guys were able to accomplish today?
Goal was simple. Just come in here and try to establish our identity. We felt like our first 10 games, we hadn't kind of really established that. And so, establishing our identity, run, guarding the ball, keeping the ball in front, and rebounding. So, for the most part, we did that, and we was able to come out here with a pretty good win.
Kalib, a few big blocks by you tonight. What are you finding right now in your rhythm offensively?
I'm just trying to still be the consistent big for my guys, for my teammates, not trying to be somebody that has to go out their way to find points. Like if they come, they come. If not, I'm gonna try to impact the game somehow, some way other than scoring. So just keep getting around, getting my hook shots in, everything like that.
What did you see from your team coming back from Christmas break at practice?
We have an edge, It gets to the point in the year where everybody just like gets tired and need a break and like they need a refresher. Everybody came back. We was excited. We had that energy, that excitement to be back. And we've been dealing with the coaching by Kruger and BP and everybody. They're trying to keep us on the edge. They want us to be better. And we expect better for ourselves this second part of the season. So that's all we're trying to do, focus on.
Justin, you guys held Carroll College to a season low 51 points tonight, a season high 10 blocks from you guys tonight. What kind of fire did you see on defense tonight that was different from other nights?
We just locked into what we had to do. It just goes back to Krug telling us to, establish our identity. Just keeping the ball in front, it takes, the load off of those guys. But obviously, lapses are going to happen. We're going to get beat, and so they come and help us. So tonight we played together. We played as a team, and we was able to be efficient on defense end.
Please silence your cell phones.
How did you guys feel about Nick Walters scoring at the end of the game there?
Oh, that was the best moment of the whole season right there. Like we was on the bench trying to convince him to go sit closer up the bench, and he didn't want to. And we was like, you can't run from it. Like we did our job. The job was to get a big enough lead to the point we could get Nick in the game, and we did that. We told him, go shoot a 3 and score, and he did that. So we was happy.
Kalib, how kind of important was it to get other guys like Shane Noel and Rob Whaley kind of going in these games, especially with the conference play coming up?
I mean, it's important because, conference is a long, difficult, draining part of the season. So it's not going to be always going to be like you're not going to see the same 5 people finish a game or have the most minutes every game. So we need Rob to have his confidence. We need Shane to have his confidence. Hopefully Jay Hill can come back soon, and then he could get into a rhythm. So when he comes back, he won't have to feel like he's dragging or play catch up.
And just in one more, non-conference game, just what do you want to continue to work on and fine-tune before conference play starts?
Just continue to establish our identity, keep guarding the ball, obviously keep rebounding. I think we struggled with that, especially those first 10 games. And so as long as we continue to do those things, run in transition when we have the ball and, keep playing together, we'll be ready for San Diego State come January 6th.
For both of you guys, any personal New Year's resolutions for 2024?
Well,
Just win the Mountain West and make the NCAA tournament. I mean, that's all I got. So it's the same every year for me.
that's always been.
Yeah, it's always for me. I haven't been there, so that's always mine.
I guess, hey, that's mine too. Win the Mount West.
To piggyback off Mike, wrapping up 2023, this is for the Reb Zone. What is the best thing that happened to you guys this year? Each of you, if you could answer that, each one. the best thing that happened to you in 2023?
Oh,
That's a great question.
wait, as like being a rebel or just in life?
No,
Oh,
just in general. I'd probably say my decision to come back. I was on the edge about whether I wanted to come back to UNLV or not. And you know, Krug and those guys really trusted in me and just kind of laid out the plan for me to come back. And so, you know, I trust those guys. I love those guys. So I'd probably say that was the highlight of my year, being able to come back to UNLV.
I would say my highlight is being able and being blessed to come to UNLV. You know, everybody asks me all the time what was the reason why I wanted to leave Oklahoma State. I just felt like it was a new part of my life, a new chapter there that I needed to open. And Krug and Coach Coop, BP, they just opened up this program with open arms. It was like, come join us. And I had great guys like Webb, Lou, Ice here to help me on my visit. So then I just loved it. Thank you.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year's.